Hello guys, Tidy1 here in today's video. We're going to talk about a game today. I just recently I played it the other day, and it's actually kind of fun. I just played multiversus for the first time. Now I'm going to try and do some YouTube videos on multiversus and stuff. I just went ahead and played it for the first time, what it was all about and everything else. You know, I've heard some things about it. I've seen some gameplay. Not only did I play the game, but I also watched some gameplay and everything else and stuff. And I gotta say, this game is really not that bad, as a lot of people I've heard, claim it to be. It's pretty much like Mario Smash Bros. Only difference is, instead of Nintendo characters, it's with Warner Brother continuity and Warner Brother properties, TV shows, and all that type of stuff with it. I would assume that also includes, Warner Brother properties. So you got Cartoon Network shows, you've got your Looney Tunes, your Scooby-Doo characters, all that type of stuff. So I would assume that would include your your Kids WB type properties. So you would definitely have your characters like Static Shock, Batman Beyond characters, stuff like that, and thrown in here too. That's not including characters like your Animaniacs, cartoon characters. So I would definitely see those characters in here. But one of the things I added on this list, because I have a roster list I wrote down that I would love to see these characters get put on here. A lot of these characters, actually. But one of the things, though, that I think is probably going to get a lot more characters put in, I can definitely see a lot of the DC comic characters getting put in this game because it is a Warner Brother property. Not only that, but I think it's also one of the most biggest franchises that Warner Brother has. So I would definitely see we'll definitely be seeing a lot of DC comic characters. Another one that's a pretty big property in Warner Brothers is Mortal Kombat. I would definitely be seeing a lot of characters in there too. I had Sub-Zero and Scorpion are rumored to be very high chance of in this game. But I do expect to see a lot more of the characters from that franchise come on here on this game as well. So I'm going to read off the DC comic characters I would love to see in this game to kind of give us our DC kind of characters and stuff, because I think I would love to see this. I don't have Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman or Harley Quinn on here because they're already on the game. So these are my DC characters I put on here that I would like to see on this game. I think would be pretty cool. And two, as cool as this game is, build the roster. Just build it. You have your Warner Brother continuity and all the properties. Just build it. So we have Green Lantern, Flash, Aquaman, Shazam, Green Arrow, and Black Canary. Now, the reason I put Green Arrow and Black Canary on there is because they're two complete package deal characters, and they really both should go on there. I put Hawkgirl instead of Supergirl, so kind of keeping the women superheroes on here and stuff, so the way there's stuff. Supergirl, Catwoman's Zatanna. I think Zatanna would be pretty interesting. I don't have John Constantine on here, and I'm not saying he probably will never get on here because I'm pretty sure they will at some point. I didn't put him on here because I can see them probably putting him as a DLC character and stuff, but we'll see. Nightwing, I could definitely see Nightwing getting put on here. Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, and Beast Boy. So obviously throw your Teen Titans characters in here. I do have Robin on here, but I kind of want to see Dick Grayson just kind of have the Nightwing mantle, and then just have Tim Drake be the Robin on the game and stuff. And then you could still kind of work around with, Teen Titans with the characters, because I kind of want to see the full Teen Titans characters come on this game. I think that'd be kind of cool, like the full characters and stuff. The next one I have is Batgirl. I could definitely see her being on here. I think she'd be interesting, and too, that's some of the Bat family characters you're getting put on here. I think Red Hood is another character that should get put on here. Blue Beetle and Firestorm. Obviously, the reason I chose those characters is because those characters were kind of really fun for Injustice 2, I kind of think. Not just that, but they're really young characters, and too, like, with, characters like Nightwing, Cyborg, Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, Robin for Tim Drake, and then Batgirl. You have Blue Beetle and Firestorm. Obviously, you can also build kind of a small, like, Young Justice like type deal on there too. Static Shock. There's not a DC property on there. Obviously, Static Shock is a very big high chance I've seen, and I don't see why not. Static Shock was a very popular character back in that time doing Kids of BB, and I watched it too. Okay. The next one we got here is Martian Manhunter. Should have Martian Manhunter on here. I should have put him on here earlier, but I really forgot about putting him on here, so that's why he's like the 22nd character. I really plain forgot this character. The next one is Mary Marvel. Now, for Mary Marvel, she is one of the characters that run with Shazam's, like in the Shazam movie. One of the reasons I put her on here is because I was kind of I kind of noticed that Mary Marvel and Shazam are almost kind of like complete package deal characters also. So I feel like both of those should be on here, but there is a chance they can duo them, or probably like skins, probably like skin swap them or something. That way you can kind of like, if you want to play with her, you can do that or thing. Okay, now I got some villain ones I threw on here. So obviously we got Harley Quinn. So we got Joker, Bane, Deathstroke, Black Manta, Sinestro, Black Adam, Lex Luthor, Darkseid, Killer Croc, King Shark, Poison Ivy, and then Captain Cold. Now, obviously for Captain Cold, if you wanted to add, like Mr. Freeze or something, obviously you can do kind of a little swap deal. And obviously they would have the similar abilities because they both do freeze techniques. So that's what I chose for DC Comics and stuff. I think that would be a lot of pretty cool characters. I'm pretty sure some of these probably won't get on here, but I'm kind of hoping the majority of them do. And two, I'm also quite sure they're not going to add every single DC character, but I think they could probably add the majority of these. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool for them to do that. I added some more stuff here. So this is basically my Cartoon Network list. So this is basically characters from Cartoon Network that I think need to be on here. Even though there's only a few Cartoon Network shows on there, and some of those ones I don't really care for. Like Steven Universe, I don't really care much for that show. I think that show's kind of dumb. But I understand a lot of people seem to like it, so that's more power to you. But the Cartoon Network ones I chose, and these are some of the classic ones, and I know a lot of people really want these classic ones on here because these are ones that people grew up with. So, I chose Ed and Eddie. Now, both of these characters can work separate, but you can almost make those three make them three as duo characters. The reason I say you can make them as duo characters is because obviously they work together as a team. And obviously I think it would be really interesting for them to do so. But if you somehow make them, separate characters, that's cool too. Just more characters. I got Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory, Dexter. Grim, Billy, and Mandy from the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Obviously, all three of those ones can work as separate characters, especially Mandy. Mandy is literally like the powerful one in the bunch, so I would assume she needs to kind of have her own character. The next one is Codename Kids Next Door characters. Obviously, all the 5 of these characters could work separate, but if anything, I think the first Kids Next Door character that we'll get first is probably number 1 to begin with, and then we get like the other ones later. But all 5 of them really can work together as separate characters and stuff, and that'd be pretty cool. The next one I got here is Mordecai and Rigsby from the regular show. I think those characters would be pretty interesting, for sure. The next one I got on here is Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage, I think, really needs to be on here. Not just that, but I think there will be some pretty cool things I think they can do with Courage. So, the next one is Samurai Jack. Come on, Samurai Jack has to be on here. I'm not sure why we haven't put him on here just yet, but he needs to be on there. This one I chose, and these need to get some more spotlight time for sure. And this is Blue. This is Mac and Blue from Firestorm Imaginary Friends. Both of them really should be on this game. And the reason why I say they need to be on this game is because, well, obviously Blue is kind of the cool one. But there's also a possibility you can put characters such as, like, I can see Eduardo, Wilt, and Coco getting put on here too. So, but if anything, Mac and Blue would be probably the first ones to get put on here as separate characters. Blue can work pretty well as a separate character, kind of like a similar version of like Kirby from like the Smash Bros. Original game. So, we'll see. The next one I have here is the Powerpuff Girls. All 3 of them will work separate because obviously all 3 of them can do pretty much different things. Even though all 3 can fly, but they all do different things. The next one I chose was Adam Loin and Jake the Monkey, which is from My Gym Partners is a Monkey TV show. I think those 2 would work pretty well as for this type of game. Be really interesting. Then the next one I chose is Laszlo from Camp Laszlo show. I think there's some pretty cool things you could do with the Camp Laszlo characters and stuff in this. If not, you could definitely make them as, announcers for the game if you wanted to. But I'd love to see them as Laszlo for sure as a playable character. Be pretty fun. The next one I have here is obviously some more Looney Tunes characters, even though we got Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and Taz so far. I think what I would like to see as far as Looney Tunes characters, this is what I chose for my Looney Tunes characters. Marvin the Martian. Gotta have that guy. That's like one of my favorite characters from Looney Tunes is Marvin the Martian. The next one is Porky Pig. I mean, you gotta complete the rest. Elmer Fudd would definitely be a pretty fun one, I think. Should be on here. Sammy Sam. Roadrunner, Wile E. Coyote. I could see them both working as duo characters, but I think for, if anything, Roadrunner would definitely work as a separate character. Because I think he'd be like the most quickest and most difficult one to like stop because he's fast. The next one is Sylvester and Tweety Bird. Obviously, those two could probably do pretty well as duo characters, but separate. And I think a lot of people will probably like to see Tweety Bird as a separate character, anyways. So, the next one I chose here is Speedy Gonzales. Now, I think Speedy Gonzales will be pretty fun on this game, for sure. I think Speedy Gonzales would be pretty fun, and he'd be pretty fun because on the game, the cartoon characters can also be, your announcers, like your like your broadcast announcers for the fight matches and stuff. So I think it'd be kind of fun to have him like on there talking and stuff. Next one is Foghorn, which is the chicken that's out there. I think he'd be pretty interesting as well. And I think that's what I got for my Cartoon Network characters. So, if you're wondering about like Scooby-Doo or anything, obviously I could see the whole gang pretty much getting put on there, because if you have Shaggy and Velma on there already, obviously Scooby, Fred, and Daphne will definitely get put on there at some point. Obviously all 5 of them are a complete package. I mean, you have to have them. Let's see. My thing is, but I understand why they had Shaggy as separate. They should have had Shaggy and Scooby as like duo characters, like they did with Tom and Jerry. We'll see. But interesting. These are like other Warner Brother characters I think should be on this game, and that is the very first one I put on here, and that is Stanley Ipkiss, which is the Mask. He should be on this game. First off. 2, he would break the fourth wall a lot in this game. Not just that, but like his mind, his ability to bend reality is quite interesting. It would be quite fun for this game. And 2, I would love to see Jim Carrey voice that character for this game. I think it'd be super fun and hilarious. The next one I chose is Harry Potter, Warner Brothers property. I think Harry Potter would be pretty interesting for this game. Professor Dumbledore, have a couple characters there. Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. I think it would be pretty cool to have like Professor Dumbledore and Gandalf kind of like challenge each other. It would be kind of cool. Frodo, also from Lord of the Rings. I think Frodo and Harry Potter would be interesting. And then I chose a couple of Mortal Kombat characters. Obviously, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. And then the next but not least, the Animaniacs. Obviously, I think all 3 of them probably could work as separate characters, but I think I could see all 3 of them kind of working as duo characters, really. And they have been known in their cartoon to break the fourth wall a couple different times and occasions. But I would love to use Animaniacs as my as my announcers for the matches. Between him and the Mask, I think would be funny. Anyways, here's my next ones. Now, I've seen some stuff for like anime possibly getting thrown around here, and one of the reasons why anime would work very well for this game is because of, well, Toonami and Toonami and Cartoon Network, because obviously that Cartoon Network is a Warner Brothers property, so I wouldn't say why not put some anime characters on this game. And I do have a list of anime characters that could get put on here that I think it would be pretty fun. And I did 2 of each character from its franchise. That way you have like certain characters, but obviously these are characters I kind of went based from that were a Toonami property, that were on Toonami and stuff at least. So here we go. The first 2 are going to be Goku and Vegeta. Obviously, Goku and Vegeta are going to be on this game. They have to be because, sorry. It's Goku and Vegeta, obviously, and 2, Dragon Ball Z is like one of the top, most favorite of all time anime. The next 2 is going to be Naruto and Sasuke. Next one is the characters from One Piece, so Luffy and Zoro. For Bleach, Ichigo and Renji. I did do Fairy Tail, and I chose Natsu and Gray fullback for those. Now I can definitely see Ezra and Lucy getting put on here later on. I could most definitely would see Ezra get put on here before Lucy, just because her character is very popular and a lot of people seem to like her character, and I understand why. She is a favorite of mine as well. The next two is going to be Yu Yu Hakusho characters, and that is Yusuke and Hime. Obviously, those two will be the first two to get thrown on there. The next one is Kenshin. The next one is Kenshin Runero. Oh my god. It's really hard to pronounce that, but you know what I mean. Kenshi Runero. Oh my gosh. Forget it. I cannot spell it. Well, Kenshi the Samurai Warrior, I guess. The next one is Tanjiro and Nezuko from Demon Slayer. If you're going to have Tanjiro, you should have Nezuko, because obviously in the show, if you have noticed, they are really both a complete package. And two, they both should be on the game. And two, if you're going to put Demon Slayer characters on this game, they would be the first two to be put on here. And then your next two would obviously be Nosuke and gosh dang it, what's the other one's name? Wow. I need to go back and rewatch anime. I haven't watched Harley very much of it lately. So yeah. Attack on Titan characters, I chose Eren Yeager and then his sister Miska. So obviously those two definitely should be on here. And then for My Hero Academia characters, I chose Deku and Shoto. Obviously you probably would have characters like Deku and then several others that I could obviously get put on here later on, but I could see Deku probably like a third option. Just because Deku, Shoto, and Baku are obviously when it comes to those three characters, those three trio characters, they would be the first three to get put on here. So Spike from Cowboy Bebop I think would be pretty fun for this game. I did do a Jujutsu Kaisen character, and that is Yuri Idori, which is from the from the Jujutsu Kaisen series. Wow. Try to pronounce those names. Obviously I could see Gojo getting put on here because he is a very popular character. But if anything, I think Yuri and Gojo would probably most likely be the first two choices to get put on here anyways. So the next one I put on here is Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously he was a kid's WB property. Pretty sure they had the original Yu-Gi-Oh! On Toonami. I can't remember. I didn't put Pokemon on here, and the only reason why I didn't put Pokemon on here is because I really couldn't think of any Pokemon characters that would actually work. Obviously Pikachu would work, but I feel like if you're gonna use Pikachu, I feel like Ash Ketchum would. I feel like if you had Ash Ketchum in this, obviously you can use Pikachu as like a duo character with I don't know. Anyways, so Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be pretty. I think it'd be a pretty cool character. And since you have the Iron Giant on here, which is kind of cool, I did throw a Gundam robot character on here, and that is going to be the Winged Gundam. from the Gundam Wing franchise. I would also do the RX-78 Gundam, which is the original Mobile Suit Gundam. But I think if anything, if we're going to do Gundam robots, I think those two would probably most likely be the first two to get put on here. But there are other honorable mentions that for Gundam robots a lot of people like. So I could definitely see why and stuff. The Barbados Gundam from Blood Orphans would definitely, I could definitely see getting that put on there, because that one actually is a pretty cool Gundam. And the last anime characters I have is going to be Gon and Killian, I think, from the Hunter x Hunter series. I can definitely see those two characters get put on here for anime characters. I think that's it, guys, for my anime character list and pretty much what I put on here. If you're wondering why I didn't put characters like Ben 10 or Ben 10 and stuff like that, obviously the reason I didn't put Ben 10 is because I can definitely see him being a high choice getting put on here anyways. So I didn't really like. It's not really a no-go. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen because obviously Ben 10 is probably like a very high chance anyways. So I can definitely see him getting put on there. It's almost kind of like, for Scorpion and Sub-Zero to get put on here. Obviously they're both going to get put on here, but if anything, Scorpion will probably be the first to get put on here before Sub-Zero. Why? Because Scorpion is pretty much the mascot of Mortal Kombat. So obviously, he'll be the first. Scorpion, Sub-Zero will come in there later. But yeah. Post a comment section below and tell me what you guys think for this list. Obviously, I would love to see this list. Please, Multiverses, do this list. I think this will be a fun list. And two, I would love to see you guys just freaking build the roster. Just build it. I'm going to see about trying to do some multiverse stuff on videos and stuff and everything. So, see what happens then. Because I know a lot of people have been playing it lately, and it's been pretty fun and pretty popular for a lot of people, and a lot of people seem to enjoy it and stuff for what it is. And like I said, I think I've said it's not that bad like people have said it is. So I think that's about it, guys. Post a comment section below. Post a comment section below. In fact, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button as always. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.